Nothing but an ancient grove.
Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles, and salutation to the brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And man, we was just walking, we just came to go sit down, but we was finding a location, and we came across this shit. It's called the Muse, alright? And according to my recollection, you know, the Muse is supposed to be a goddess that gives inspiration. Basically a type of wisdom, you know? But look what we see. This god is supposed goddess because it's a fucking idol, it ain't shit. But look, the bitch got her titties out. That's what the wisdom of the world is, man. A whore, a deep ditch. Just like in the new terminology for a loose woman is thought. And that goes back to another Egyptian god, which is the Egyptian god of wisdom. But why they call a loose woman a whore, a thought? Because the wisdom of the world, the wisdom of these nations is whoredoms, man. All right, that's fornication. You grab that in wisdom of Solomon. Idolatry, the spiritual fornication. This is wisdom of Solomon, 14. 12. For the devices of idols was being of spiritual fornication. The beginning of spiritual fornication and the invention of them, the corrupter of life. There you go, man. The device of idols is the beginning of spiritual fornication, man. Because that's these other doctrines and philosophies is, man. All right, because it's 1 Samuel 15. All right, it tells you that rebellion is as witchcraft and stubbornness is idolatry. So if you're going against the ways of the Lord, guess what? That's idolatry. All these other philosophies, idolatry and spiritual fornication, man. So these doctrines is whores, man. All right, and this is the proof of it. Shit like this. The word thought that goes back to the false god for the god of wisdom. A fucking loose whore, man.
Right here, I just went to Google, typed in Muse, and it says in Greek and Roman mythology, each of 9 goddesses, the daughters of Zeus and Mnemosyne, who preside over the arts and sciences. Synonyms: inspiration, creative influence, stimulus, a former or fittest, which goes back to the poet's muse.
Right, and what's science, man? Science is to know. And America's so big on science, all this science, that science, this. That's why what Titus say, don't deal with science falsely called, man. Because those are doctrine of whores, man. And science falsely called, man. All right, true science is in the scriptures.
This is 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, man. Like the brother was saying, man. All this shit is folly, man. All right, it's base, and it ain't gonna lead you to no type of salvation. You know what I mean? It ain't no longevity. It's gonna lead you to destruction. Shit, that's right.
Hey, which goes back to the reason why this devil must needs be exposed, man.
That's right.
Because the madness like this. Here it is. Proverbs.
Because really, this is like a grove. Look around, pan around. This is a grove, essentially, man.
It is.
This whole setup is an idol, man. An idol temple. This is a fucking outside temple right here.
Yep.
This is a real life outside temple, man. All right, this is Babylon, the well-favored harlot, man. Shit like this. This is in the middle of the fucking park. This is a grove for the public.
You can spin around. Look at this shit.
Oh, so again? Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever you guys got. Unless it's more of them. Oh, go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
Right, and what's that strange woman, man? That strange woman is talking about false philosophies, man. And it goes back to, can a brother get Nahum 3 and verse 4?
I got the Proverbs 7.
You can run down the books, bro.
Alright, this is Proverbs.
Hold on, let him hit this thing.
This is Proverbs 6:20. My son, keep thy father's commandments, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Blind them continuously.
And your mother, and of course, the father commandments is Heavenly Father, and our mother is wisdom.
That's right.
All right.
Bind them continuously upon thy heart, which is your mind. and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. From the commandments is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of the instruction are the ways of life. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattering of the tongue of a strange woman, lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. From by means of the whorish woman, a man is about to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
There you go, man. So this wisdom, these commandments is to keep us from these false doctrines, man. All right, from the evil woman, the whores of these doctrines, man. That's the woman, all right. That's the woman is talking about this false doctrine, man. As wisdom is referred to a woman, and we're supposed to deal with her. These other doctrines, the wisdom of this world, will be a woman of the world, man, a whore. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's plain. Like,
that's right.
Fuck.
Got one for you. This is Proverbs 2:10. When wisdom entereth into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. And that's talking about this knowledge, man.
That's right.
You know? So I believe it's 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter says all scripture is given through inspiration of the Lord for correction, for reproof, you know? So the righteous man can know how to walk, man. So he can be thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You know? That's how you know the will of the Father, man. That's how you keep yourself unspotted, unclean, man. From this madness that's out here.
That's right.
It says, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh with forward things. And that man is going to be speaking what? That wisdom, man.
That bullshit. That's right.
He's going to be teaching that madness. It says, who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the forwardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked and they forward in their paths, right? To deliver thee from the strange woman, even the stranger which flatter with her words. So it's letting you know it goes hand in hand. Because wisdom is going to keep you from that man who's flattering with his lips, man. And guess what he's teaching? He's teaching that strange woman, man. That's that wisdom, man. You know? And the scripture says in Sirach 19 that the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, man. So this madness, man, it's madness. That's all it is.
What they're coming not.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 7 and I'll start at 25. I'll start at 24. Hearken unto me now therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, go not astray.
Start at 1.
Okay. This is Proverbs 7 and 1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy fingers and write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger with flattereth with her words.
Which lets you know it's talking about doctrine, man, lies. All right, smooth words like it says in Isaiah, man. All right, and then what did Paul say, man? I have not used flattering speech, man. All right.
That's smooth sayings, man. That witchcraft, man. Because that's what they promote out here is a bunch of witchcraft anyway to get you to follow these fucking philosophies out here, man. You follow after these philosophies, you're going to be destroyed.
This is verse 6. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement and beheld among the simple ones. I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner.
But you gotta remember Psalms, what is it, Psalm 78 and 3? It says the Lord opened his mouth in a parable, man, in dark sayings. So this ain't talking about a man and an actual woman, you know? He's describing a simple man getting caught up by the gallant deceit of these doctrines, man.
It says,
because it sounds good, it looks nice.
Right.
And you simple, so you fall into that trap.
Right. This is verse 8. Passing through the streets near her corner, and he went the way to her house. in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot, subtle of heart. All right, if that ain't the attire of a harlot, man, I don't know what the fuck is, man. All right, that's America for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is, man. Which goes back to the Statue of Liberty, you know, which goes back to Ishtar, which goes back to Semiramis, man. It's all the same, man. You know? And it's to keep you from what, man? From that madness, man. You're supposed to continue in the things that thou hast learned.
That's right.
You know, this is our heritage, man. It says, call wisdom, call the law thy kinswoman, man. So we know this. We don't know that madness, man. That's the strange woman, man.
That's right. Shit, we don't want to know it neither.
And that's why it must needs be that Esau be exposed, man. So you can know the way to walk, man. So when Esau in all his different devices, man, because he got many of them, man. So when you see that strange woman, man, you know you walk the other way.
I'm gonna jump to.
And it said subtle of heart, man. That craftiness. All right, that's these doctrines, man. The serpent, man.
Yep.
I was gonna jump. You want me to jump? Just keep going.
You keep reading through.
All right. It says, verse 10, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. And that word subtle, crafty.
Yep.
Okay. It says she is.
Tell me this ain't the attire of a harlot, man. She got her breast all out, man. Here it is. We downtown Chicago, man. Little children can walk past and see the breast all out, man. Oh, but America promotes that, man. Now they passing a law where the women can walk around topless now, man.
Yep.
It's madness, man.
It says, verse 11, she is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. She is without. Now is she without. Now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said to him,
and right, yep. And everywhere you turn on, you turn on the radio, you turn on the TV, you open a book, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's everywhere, man. It said it's at every corner, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere you turn, man, it's a false philosophy somewhere, man. This is the truth. This is the way, walk ye in it, man.
I mean, they spread it across the globe, man. It got the nations drunk from that cup, man. That's their whore, man. They got all the nations off their own, off this philosophy of America, man. That well-favored harlot, man.
Brother Hope.
It says, so she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said to him, I have peace offerings with me. This day I have paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with carved works, and with fine linen of Egypt. It's like the brothers were saying, this shit sound good. You get wooed off it. You know, it's real smooth.
You picture it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, man, you know, the Lord said he opened his mouth in parables. So it's talking about a doctrine, but picture it. Picture the man walking in this sexy ass woman on the corners right there, like, I'm waiting for you, my bed, Egypt and silk, and you know what I'm saying?
God.
You picture that, man. That's enticing, man.
And that famine from Egypt, it goes back to the whoredoms, where it all goes back to Egypt, man. Isaiah 30. That's the covering that these people use, man. It all goes back to Egypt, man.
They add sin to sin when they follow this shit.
That's what Israel sinned in Egypt. Same thing.
Yep.
It says, I perfume my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon.
And guess what? Right now, man, that'll be who, man? IUIC. Telling you all, don't talk about Esau, so Esau won't come down on you. So this won't happen. So everything can be cool and everything smooth, the bed laid out nice, man. You think everything gonna be nice, man? No, man.
It says, come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man is...
Why trimmest thou that way for love, man?
Yeah, man.
Let you know you're going contrary to the law. This whole section right here is talking about going against the law, man. All right, following these different doctrines. Being contrary, man.
And in the book of Esther in the Apocrypha, man, she mentioned that she hated the bed of the uncircumcised, man. Now, she was literally talking about being in that status and being with the king, you know? Hey, but that's symbolic, man. We hate the bed of the uncircumcised, man. That's the strange woman. That false doctrine, man.
That's right, man.
Just as Moses, let go of his seat with the Egyptians to suffer with his brother, man.
Yep.
We don't want no part of this shit, man. No part of their doctrine, no part of their lifestyle, none of it. It's all strange, man. Contrary to our old ancient paths, man.
Yep.
We gotta seek the old way.
It says, verse 19, for the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He hath taken a bag of money with him, and he will come home at the day appointed, which with her much fair speech she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips she forced him.
There you go, with the flattering of her lips, man. That's what the people want to hear. All right, smooth things, prophesy deceits, man.
Yep.
So they all for it because it sounds nice. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. They can still stay in their darkness. It's appeasing to them, man. But like I said, they have itching ears, man.
And the crazy thing about it, though, they know they fucking up because she in the parable it just said the good man is gone. So just letting you know that's adultery. You know.
Yep. And what the brother read in Wisdom of Solomon, man. So this lets you know it's dealing with these different doctrines, man, because it's going into adultery.
It says, verse 22, he goeth after her straightway, immediately, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks.
And an example of that every time in Judges, man. Once the Lord raised up a judge, you know what I'm saying, they'll be right as long as that judge is alive. Once that judge died, they went and fucked around with the Moabites, the Philistines, the Midianites, you know what I'm saying?
And he told, the Most High told Moses that. He said, as soon as you die, they're going to go off.
Yeah.
Start being wicked and follow after false gods.
Man, it says,
Well, shit, as soon as he went up into the mountain, this be your God, oh Israel. What? They wanted to go back to Egypt, man. You know, that's that same.
Man, Israel. It says, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life.
Yep.
Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth.
And that's what we telling you people, man. That's right. Proverbs 1 says, wisdom crieth without, man. She uttereth the voice in the streets. That's right. So we warning and telling you people, man, to stay away from that, man. You know? Because their way leads down into hell, man. It's going to lead you to destruction.
Stay away from this bitch right here.
Yeah.
And everything along with it, man.
Yep.
All right.
Right. Because it says a whore is a deep ditch, man. That's leading to hell. Don't fall right into it.
It says, verse 25, let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths.
Which lets you know it's talking about doctrine, man. It ain't talking about no actual woman. It says, go not to her ways, go not to her paths. And what Jeremiah 6:16 say, man? Return to Israel, seek the old ways, the old paths.
Right.
All right? So we don't go into this new shit, anything contrary to our laws, man. Our wisdom. All right? Because outside of that, man, it's idolatry.
That's right.
That's stubbornness.
Yeah.
We're to serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yep. Jeremiah 10:2. Learn not the way of the heathen.
That's right.
You know?
It says, for she hath cast down many wounded. Yeah, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death.
IUIC, ISUPK, GOCC, and whoever else ain't preaching the truth directly and correctly, man.
Yep. I had a precept real quick. This is Exodus 20:1. And God spoken these words, saying, I am Yahweh, thy most high power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And that's what these other people do. They put these other gods and these doctrines before the Lord. The Lord already said that in the commandment, in the 10 Commandments, you ain't supposed to do that, man. He told you not to put no other gods before him, and this is what they do to this day. Thou shalt not make into thee any graven image. And look, this is a graven image right here.
This is the whole idolatrous grove right here.
Exactly.
This is the whole vibration they put up out here, smack dab in the middle of downtown Chicago, man. An idol with the whole grove, man. Hey, and you ain't gotta come literally burn and sacrifice a human or animal here, Because what's sacrifice? The sacrifice of praise, man.
Exactly.
Just
man.
coming and having that vibration out here. If you ain't, it says there's no enchantment against Jacob. But if you're not covered with that, then you fucked, man.
Yeah.
You into this shit.
Come.
And people come look, take pictures at it, they marvel at it.
Yep,
That's a sacrifice of praise.
Exactly.
Hey, oh, this is nice. Have a good time.
Right.
Go chill on the bench, read, talk, chill, have fun.
Right.
Sit inside this temple. This is basically a temple to an idol. They come, relax, have a good time. They eat here. Like, hey, what we supposed to do in 3 times out of the year? We go eat before the Lord, man, right? They come out here, have a good time with their family, do that. But to an idol.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
See, look, Esau has set up these witchcrafts, and you guys so fucking blinded and right up into it, man. You don't even see it, man.
That shit bugged out, man. Or any
Just like Slocky, but just like all the like the TV shows and the movies when they play the muse, it's always a seductive bitch. And look, she got the harp in her hand, so it's like playing the music that'll lull you to sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's the hypnotize, which goes back to the witchcraft.
Right.
So when I looked up the word muse in the etymology, it goes back to meditate. And look, how many people you think come here just to sit and meditate and like the brother just said, man?
Because they make you look like a tranquil spot, man.
Hey, and when they come meditate, guess what, man? Those demons come deal with them, man.
or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Hey, because everything carries vibrations, man.
That's the spirit.
This whole thing is a vibration, man. It's putting out a whole vibration, man.
Really, bunch of wickedness, man. That is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth, and that's what they do, man. So, like the brother said, man, they come worship here. They worshiping this idol. They don't know. They just don't even know, man. It's like they self-conscious is fucking just accept the demons to come in, man. They don't even know that they accepting the demons to come in, but this is what they do because of all this bullshit wickedness that Esau put out here, man. That's why you got to expose him, man. Because he gonna have a lot of wickedness in your face. You don't even know it. The subliminal messages, everything, man, that come out of this damn world, man. This is a wicked ass earth, and this thing is all that goes back to fucking Egypt. Thou should not bow down thyself to them, and that's what they do. They bowing, like the brother said, they take pictures of them. They bowing down to it.
Yeah.
You bowing down to this image, man.
Yeah.
So now you just gave yourself over to Satan. You don't even know it, but that's what you're doing, man. That's why the Lord said, don't make no graven images. But that's what you niggas love to do that shit, man. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of it. Thyself to them, nor serve them, for I am Yahweh thy most high power. I am a jealous power. And he jealous right now, man, and he's very pissed. So when he come back and send Yahweh shot back, man, he is going to destroy you in that fire, man. And you're going to get burnt, man. You're going to feel every fucking pain in that fire because his spirit going to be in that fire, man. Visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children into the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. And y'all hate Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. And y'all don't even know it, man. Go ahead,
This is 1 Corinthians 8, verse 4. It says, as concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered, it's offered and sacrificed to idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other God but one, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. Hey, so hey, we know that when us brothers come past and we see this wickedness up here, man, we don't pay no attention to this, man, because the scripture says folly is saying great dignity in this place, man. This is folly right here, man, and all this is gonna be destroyed, like the scripture says. Every idol should be dashed into pieces, man. You know, hey, man. Hey, so
that's right, bro. Hey, it says what, man? It shall be a visitation upon the
That's what I
idols
was
as
just
well,
thinking,
man.
because I was going to mention that the nigga that walked up to the Catholic priest and cracked his ass, man. And that visitation is coming,
That's
man.
right, brother. That's right.
That time is coming, man. Because look, shit finna be out in here in chaos and mayhem. And these people gonna want answers.
That's right.
That's what it says in 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. They're gonna come country to country, which they did it already, but look, it's all finna come back around, man. Because the way of truth is gonna be hidden. You know, that family of the word. They're gonna be looking for the truth. And if church ain't gonna have it, they gonna say that make me not a leader. They gonna find they got all these good clothes, been this good past all this time. They can gain this godliness, but now no, I'm not a leader. Hey, these people finna freak out, man. And these churches gonna get it, man. Right. And then also, man, the Lord's gonna destroy all this false doctrine, man. All the doctrine and the knowledge of these idols, man, it's coming down.
That's right.
All right. And the Lord set us up, Yahweh Shemel Shabbatazah, us to defend him, man, to throw these things down, man.
Yep. It said in Jeremiah 1:10, man. The Lord sent us to do what, man? To pull down and to plant, man. To pull down what? All this madness, this wickedness, man. And to plant what? Righteousness, man.
That's right.
Plant that seed of wisdom, man. So it can flourish within you, man. Scripture says, break up your fallow ground. You see this ground that's behind the brother right here? If you can pan the camera, you know, you get a little hoe to break up that ground, man. Right now, hey, 2/3 of our people's mind, is as solid as that ground right there. So you take that hoe, break up that ground, and you able to plant them seeds, man.
You gotta till, you gotta overturn it.
Yep.
Overturn that dirt. Get the bottom dirt on top.
Yep. Yep. You gonna hit the Nahum, or you got more?
Nah.
Go to the Nahum.
This is Nahum.
What verse? 3?
Yeah, 3 and 4.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 4.
I think you start at 1, bro.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery.
And it's a part of it. Lies and robbery, man. And why is it bloody? Of course it's bloody because he shed the blood, but first and foremost because of the false philosophies, man. Because that's the ultimate killer. It goes back into the garden, man, when the serpent told Eve, oh, ye shall not surely die. But the Lord said, in the day you eat thereof, you shall die, man. Because this false philosophy leads to death, man.
That's right.
It kills you. That's why Proverbs, the 1st chapter, it says, those that be swift to shed innocent blood, man. That's IUIC, ISUPK, and all you niggas out here that's preaching a false doctrine, man.
Your house leads to death.
Yep.
Your house leads to hell.
And that's why it says, I'm roughly paraphrasing it, but to slay the innocent blood, man. Because these people don't know shit. So when they come into IUIC thinking they learning the real, man, they innocent. So that blood gonna be on your hands, you know? So to speak, innocent, because we know Job 4 and 7.
It says, I'm gonna reread it. It says, woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery.
Yep.
The prey departeth not.
And we still here, man. Exodus 21, man, guess what? We're going to be found in your hand, man, and you're going to be surely put to death, man. That's right.
Right, because Esau did a great job to make sure we stayed, man. That's why they put such lies out, man.
Yep.
That's why they put the vibrations of this idolatry everywhere. The Luciferian doctrine, do as thou wilt. You worshiping yourself thinking you know some shit, that's also idolatry. You just lean into your understanding, it's idolatry. Colossians 3 and 5. Anything contrary to this is idolatry. And they did a great work to make sure that we stayed down here, man. At least they thought they was gonna keep us down. All right, with all these lies, they ain't gonna find the truth, man. It's just hidden. Hey, it didn't work. And that's why I say after 3.5 days we should stand on our feet. They should be afraid, man.
That's right. And that's why he upping. That's why he upping his what you call it, spiritual wickedness, man.
Yep.
That's why he building the arcs of Baal. That's why the after-school programs you can worship Satan. Here it is. They took God out. You can't say God in the so-called Pledge of Allegiance, but you can worship Satan after class. Yep.
You can't worship God after class. Because then it's against their freedom. They free. But worshiping Lucifer ain't against the other motherfucking freedom.
Yeah, that's madness.
That's their agenda.
Yep.
This is verse 2. The noise of a whip and the noise of a rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear.
Yep, and that's what's coming to this place, man. Martial law. Those NATO troops gonna be on this soil, man. That's right. And that's what's gonna come to you people, man. All you people who not hearken unto this word, man. You gonna get caught up in that wrath, man, because you ain't gonna have no covering. Because you covered by the muse. You covered by this naked bitch with her titties out, man. Hey, when a group of soldiers come up and they see a naked bitch with her titties out, what's gonna happen, man? You gonna get your ass ravaged, man.
But it worked for the statue.
Hey, cause this your God, man. And that day call upon this bitch to come save you, man. According to Judge.
I got you. It wasn't in Judges. This is Jeremiah. Jeremiah 2. And I'll start at 25. It says, withhold thy foot from being unshod and thy throat from thirst. But you said there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them will I go. And that's Israel, man. They went after every strange philosophy, doctrine, and bullshit, man. All right? And they still hungered, and they still thirst to this day, man. All right?
Hey, the Lord said Israel is a contrary hope.
Right. They
Because
paying for their sex.
all the whole the men go to the bitch to pay her for money, but here it is, Israel paying the motherfuckers to be. Oh, come on, man.
Hey,
Israel
man.
paying to be. Hey, what they say? Our bread is sold. We pay for why paying for that which not bread. You know.
Hey,
It's a prostitute chasing the man down to pay them.
Right.
Well, the contrary.
and the Lord got down on Israel and Ezekiel. This is chapter 2, verse 26. It says, as the thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, their priests, and their prophets.
Yeah, because that's why we out here, man. Fuck all you other heathens, man. You can worship whatever you worship until the kingdom of heaven comes. And then you're going to have to worship the true power, man.
Well, that's your lot. That's what makes it strange. Like, it says that the Lord will not give his glory up to nothing. He tells us, don't give our glory up to nothing. This is ours. Y'all lot is idols. Psalms 96:5. That's y'all shit, not for us. True wisdom rested upon us. That's ours, man. So anything outside that is strange for us, and y'all dealing with this right now is strange. It ain't for you.
It says, verse 27, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. But in the time of their trouble they will say, arise and save us. But where are thy gods that you have made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. It says, wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye all have transgressed against me, saith Yahweh. Right, man? So, like the brother was saying, man, when shit hit the fan, hey, let this bitch save you, man. Let the black woman save you. Let Islam, let Farrakhan save you.
Let Christ Obama save you.
Khan.
That,
Let Korean Jesus save you, man. All right? Let all that bullshit save you. All that shit you want to follow after Buddha. Shit. And Jake is now atheist. So you are totally without hope out here, man.
do as thou wilt. Save yourself. Do as thou wilt.
I am a God. I am God.
Show it.
Right. Why the fuck you working for the white man if you a God, man? You crazy as hell, man. Getting taxes taken out your check. Waking up early in the morning and shit, man. But you God, though.
Right. There was a God on earth that once took money, had money come out of a fish's mouth. Now that's a God, man.
So,
Back to Nahum chapter 3, verse 3. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses.
And the majority of them is, guess what, man? You's gonna be you Israelites, man. Because you ain't returning to your power, man. So therefore, you're gonna die the death of the uncircumcised, man. Same judgment these heathens getting, you are gonna get, man. Why? Because because you enjoyed and you wanted to worship shit like this, man. This madness, man. Here it is, bird shit all day on this motherfucker. It can't do nothing, man.
Can't shake the shit off. It's just standing there, got bird shit all over it.
They call it Christus, whatever, down in Brazil. That big
yeah,
ass statue. Bird shit all day on that motherfucker, man.
Well, the scriptures say his feet are slow to move, man. All right, that was the Lord mocking it, man. It can't even shake the shit off of it, man. And y'all worship it, y'all praise it, man.
Motherfuckers come out and polish it and shit. Shouldn't it clean itself?
Done. Crazy to see him.
Like it's a genie in a lamp and rubbing that motherfucker trying to get a wish.
That's folly, man.
Back in Nahum 3:3.
Hey, this is that Jeremiah 44 spirit right here, man. Burning incense to the Queen of Heaven, man. Is this all this madness goes back to? Flock it, bro.
And a great number of carcasses. I want to reread it. This is Nahum 3:3. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses.
Yep.
They stumble upon the corpses.
The slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth to the other, man.
Right.
Because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot.
This bitch. Because what does she represent? Babylon, man. Represents America, man. Go ahead, bro.
The mistress of witchcrafts.
The mistress of witchcrafts, man. Because all Esau Edom does, man, is channel the energy and the vibrations from all the ancient kingdoms, man. Starting with Babylon, Egypt, Assyria, Greece, Rome, Moab with Molech, the big ass owl, all that, man.
It says that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts.
Yep. And hey, that's what's going on, man. Selling families through her whoredoms and nations through her witchcrafts, man. Pushing the so-called democracy upon everybody, man. Which the word democracy means the rule of the demons, man. Demonic rule, man. You gotta accept homosexuality in order to be cool with America, man. That's madness, man. But yet they tell you peon people that the Bible is the law of the land. How? The Bible speaks against all this bullshit, man. This is why Israel was fucked up for worshiping in the groves, man. But yet everywhere you look, you will see a grove. When you notice the little arcs of the buildings and shit, man, those are groves, man, to these buildings, man. You notice all church got the little arc opening, man, because that represents the trees and the groves, man. And that's what, and it goes back to that strange woman on every corner, man.
Yep.
Where, bro?
Verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, said Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Right. And that's what the Lord doing, man. He's exposing Esau Edom, man. He's exposing this devil for the liar, for the deceiver, for the goddamn faggot that he is, man. For the perverted, fucking most profane, as the scriptures call him, man. They call him the basis of men. Ezekiel would call him the worst of the heathen, man. But you people love to be here and with this devil ruling over you, man. As the scripture says, so is the ruler, so are the people, man. So if you join in this devil and you happy having this devil over you, you're a perverted sick fucker, man. You got something up?
What was the last verse you read?
This is
Verse 5. Yep.
This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 19, starting at verse. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
Right, man. So when the Lord cracked these clouds, man, it's gonna be a wrap, man. All this madness gonna be put down. Go ahead.
It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Yeah, man, and guess what? That's your race wars, your race riots, man. Hey, and the martial law gonna pop up after that, man. Go ahead.
It says, in the city, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards, and to the wizards.
Right, and it's all gonna come to naught, man. Hey, because the Lord said in Isaiah the 47th chapter, he said, seek now to your prognosticators.
That's right.
You know, seek now to your witchcrafts, man, and see if he can be able to deliver you, man. Hey, come to this bitch with her titties out and see if she can come deliver you, man. Cause this bitch gonna be destroyed right with you, man. This goddamn statue can't even save itself, so how the fuck is gonna save you?
I had a quick precept, if you don't mind me bringing it out to what you just said, man. This is John 4:22. Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvations of the Jews. And y'all don't know what the fuck y'all worship. Y'all worshiping this shit, thinking it's gonna save you. Like the brother just said, you don't even know what you worshiping. That's how you know you niggas is just gonna be destroyed, man. Because y'all don't have no understanding, man. And you wanna keep following after these idols and these bullshit ass grows and all this wicked ass world, you're gonna be destroyed with.
That's right.
So you don't even know what you're worshiping. But we know hopefully we have their elect number because we know what we worship. We worship Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man.
That's right.
Hopefully until the end, man. Go ahead.
Kind it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of the cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. All kind, you know what I'm saying? Because like the scripture is going into, it says the spirit of Egypt shall fail and their counsel shall fail. And hey man, once this place go into all hell, man, shit hit the fan, man, and all these people, like the scripture says in Proverbs, basically it says that you didn't reprove none of my counsel.
You laugh at your calamity.
Right, and the Lord said he'll laugh at your calamity, man. He ain't gonna answer your prayers. You know, he said you shall seek me and you shall not find me. All right? So then you ain't gonna have no choice but to come back to these, man. And these don't eat, they don't drink. Hey, man, this is just the idol, man. Hey, man, it's gonna be over with for you, man.
Yeah. This is Wisdom of Solomon 14:11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of Yahweh they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Just as that Proverbs 7 said, man. Can't catch the simple, man. It's a snare. God damn, it's a snare to the feet.
Hey, and in Proverbs 1 tells you that wisdom to give discretion unto the simple, man. When you look up that word simple, it means open-minded.
That's right. And what does America push? Open-mindedness.
Exactly.
Okay? Open-mindedness, man. That's how they being open-minded. That's how they fucking put that all this bullshit in here.
Yeah.
All right? Being fucking open-minded, man. No, man. You're supposed to stay upon the straight paths, man.
The scriptures say don't go to the left or don't go to the right, man.
That's right.
Yep.
Don't be tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. Ain't no such. That's it, like you said. That's simple, man. But open-minded is simple.
Yep. Have your eye single, man.
That's right.
Have your mind single, man, on one thing. If you got an open mind, it's on many things. Nah, man. Tunnel vision. You focus on one thing, man.
Right. Oh, the scriptures say the mind museth upon many things. So, like, hey,
what keeps it in check? The discipline, man. You know, the laws, statutes, and commandments. You know? Jeremiah 17:9 says the heart is deceitful among all things. Who can know it?
Desperately wicked.
And desperately wicked, man. So what keeps that in check, man? This word, man. These scriptures through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
Because the brother quoted earlier, there is no enchantment against Israel. Hey, but unto everybody else, until 2/3, this is for you. This is Judges 10, verse 13. It says, yet have ye forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen, this bitch up here. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation, man.
That's right.
So when all hell breaks loose, man, hey, call upon this bitch, man.
Right.
Call upon Cesare. Call upon Nate.
All about Obama.
Call upon Obama, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, because they all idols that you people worship,
call
man.
on Beyonce, man.
Right.
Because Obama and Beyonce, man, that's the gods of the niggas, man.
Right.
This nigga really was saying Christ Obama. And Beyonce really got a whole fucking church and a following of fucking bitches, man.
Right. This is the Bayhive, man.
That's right.
That's why I did that video on that bitch, man. Cause she like the fuck. She a deceiver to you fucking women. She's a big devil, man. Like she's a fucked up that vibration out here. That's why these bitches act so tough these days.
That
man.
vibration of disobedience, like it is in Esther.
With Vashti,
Exactly.
Man. Yep.
And what he said, all the women's gonna be like that.
Con.
And also, that's that spirit of whoredoms. It's in the law. It said, giving out thy daughter over to whoredoms, unless the land fall into whoredoms.
And I was holding Hosea too.
That's why America's all like this, man. That's how you know vibrations exist, man.
Yep.
All right, whether you know this is an idol and you're dealing with it, man, that vibration is out there. So you got to be covered and protected by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You got to have the truth. You got to have wisdom to keep it from the strange woman. So you have to understand that this is an idol, man. And then you understand it ain't shit, too, as well, because the idol is nothing. But to these other people, man, that vibration is pumped. And that witchcraft and them demons hop on them. You got something?
This is Hosea 4:11. It says, whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. Take away the mind, man. You know?
Let me back up real quick. This is Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out, and cry they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Yep.
For Yahweh hath poured out upon you the spirit of these sleep, and hath closed your eyes, the prophets and your rulers, the seers hath he covered.
That's right.
All right, and that goes to that wine, man. It's not talking about they drunk and just, oh shit, I'm tipsy. No, it's talking about doctrine, philosophies, man.
Yep.
That's being drunk. You're mad. Goddamn, you fucking confused and lost, man. Staggering.
And who pushing that wine? This is Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunk also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And who did that, man? Esau, Edom. According to Judith, the 5th chapter, man, they know to continue to have you niggas going off. That's how they stay in the power seat, man. So that's why they put up all this madness, so they power can continue to flourish and have you niggas in that dumbed down mind state, man, of not knowing who you are. You know, and now that it's coming out, knowing who you are, now he got Slocky, brother. Now he got all these different tactics,
right.
I'ma say, you know, to
divert you from the full truth.
The water.
All right, telling you, you ain't got to preach on this Esau. Oh yeah, we the Israelites, but it's bitches to fuck. This is money to earn.
Right.
All this madness, man. Still, you're an Israelite, but still be a nigga, be an American.
Yeah.
Still be self-willed. All right, and that's why the scriptures say, man, especially them with the circumcision, the worst motherfuckers, man.
Back in Hosea 4, I'm gonna read 11 again. It says, whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. My people ask counsel at their stocks, which is talking about the areas where they worship, man. They groves. A stock goes back to a tree. It says, and their staff declare it unto them. For the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their power. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills under oaks and poplars. And like the brother said, man, you know, it don't actually go to literal sacrifice. It goes to sacrifice and the praise, man. And guess what? The Lord said that our prayers is as incense going up to him. So when you pray to this madness, man, that's burning strange incense, man.
Man, that's a terrible smell to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. He hates that fucking smell.
Yep. And it says, upon the hills under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good, you know, which goes back to the groves. And when you pan, you can see they strategically planted these trees like this, man. So it can be surrounded, so it can look like a grove, man.
And it said the spirit of whoredoms, which again proves that vibrations are
Finish this last part. It says, therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
And this idolatry is the fourth reason why adultery is running rampant, man. Just look at the church. That's a whorehouse, man. For a whorehouse because it's teaching false doctrines, and also because adultery is running rampant through the church, man.
Right.
Hey, that Wisdom of Solomon 14. You know, it says through the devices of idols, and then when you keep reading down,
hey, that's why. Hey, get that. That. That's perfect for that.
No, keep what you got. I gotta get it.
That's why idolatry is proves vibrations, man. Because look, I'm gonna let it come out, man. Bruce Gender, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yep, changing the kind. This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. For our Father afflicted with untimely mourning.
Yeah,
Okay.
chapter 22.
22, This is verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of Yahweh, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
Right, the great war of ignorance, man. So it's a battle out here, man. It's the battle of truth versus lies. All right, if the simple get caught in a deceit. The simple, like I said, man, the simple fall into the snares. As a bird don't know it's flying into a trap, neither does the simple. That's why it's important to get this wisdom, get this truth, man, to keep you from the strange woman.
And in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter says they are willingly ignorant. You know, because after we tell you what it is, it's not going to happen.
Right, tell the motherfucker, yeah, you know that cross you got on you is an idol. Well, I don't praise it, I don't worship it, but you're still holding on to it.
Right.
Why you can't let it go then if it's nothing?
And you spent your hard-earned money for it.
And then when you get in the jam, you grab onto it, man. It is an idol.
Yep.
But you being ignorant, man. You lost the battle. Go ahead.
It said they called it great plagues and they called it peace.
Right. Because that's leading to them death. That death, man. It's leading to that death. But that's peace to them, man.
Shit.
Look at all this hell that's around us, and they don't realize that's because it's idolatry, man. They call this shit peace. They love this fucking hell.
This is verse.
Do as thou wilt. Because they can do what the fuck they feel, man. Because America gave them liberties. So they don't give a fuck that shit like this is existing, man. There's a whole grove right here. This is the vibration they pump upon you people, man. To be self-willed. To be just flat out Luciferians, man. If you're not in this truth, man, you're a Luciferian.
That's right. That's right.
The doctrines of devils, man.
This is verse 23. For while they slew their children in sacrifices or used secret ceremonies.
And guess what? In this modern time, you ain't gotta actually go and take your child and kill them. You slay your child when you push them philosophies on them, man.
Right.
Because you raise them up in the church. You force Christmas on them. You force Easter on them.
Yep.
You force all this shit on them. So when they grow up, what they gonna do? Force that same shit on their kids, man.
Yep.
You sacrifice them over to them, man. To these gods.
And like it says,
The
equal.
living sacrifice. All things are double. Sirach 42:24. All right, all things are double, man. So they all gave him over to as a living sacrifice.
To the murderer. Like
Strange ceremonies, you baptize them into that shit. You Christian them into that shit. Strange rites, man.
This is verse 23. For while they slew their children in sacrifices or used secret ceremonies or made revelings of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
Adultery. From what, man? Worshipping those idols, man.
It says, but either one slew another treacherously
Murder.
or grieved him by adultery. It says, so that their reign.
And look, and that's every goddamn song you turn on.
Man.
Not just today, I mean, especially today, but even back in the day, man. Me and Mrs. Jones, man.
Mrs. Jones.
And I didn't even know this about adultery, man. That was one of my songs, man. I didn't even realize what the fuck it's about. All right, but that's that vibration, man. It's heavy.
Yep. Miss Parker, Miss Parker.
Right. And was he a pastor?
Yep.
Yep.
And he said what? God know what I want.
Yeah.
You talking about God the devil, man.
Your
Right.
father, the
Right.
devil. Yep.
Kind of.
It says, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft.
Look, reign in all men without exception, man. That spirit, Ephesians 2. But as far as the proofs of vibration, the spirit of disobedience, man. It's like the spirit that which worketh in the children of disobedience. It's like the spirit which worketh in the children of disobedience.
Right. It says blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation.
Kill a nigga over stepping over your shoes, man. You think that's not your right, man? There's a demon on you because of this place is whoredom, filled with whoredoms, man. The spirit of whoredoms. The spirit of idolatry, man.
You kill a nigga because you never seen him in your hood before.
Right.
It is, my grandma just moved down the street, nigga.
Right.
I don't bang.
Right.
But pow pow, not a nigga dead. Cause he in the wrong fucking hood. And that's madness, man.
Right, it said it's a perverse spirit mingled here.
They ain't gonna shoot Esau.
I was
Right,
just
no.
thinking that. That's the spirit.
They let heathens walk all up and down the hood for no problem.
I remember when I was 16, man. It was a fucking Edomite walking straight in the fucking hood, man. They let this motherfucker walk by and they do shit to him. Soon as some niggas came in the hood, they didn't even know the niggas fucking with them and shit, talking shit to him.
What y'all doing here? Who you know around here?
All that shit.
What you claim,
But
homie?
the Edomite just walk right through, didn't say shit to him. Like, it's like they all just got quiet. And I just looked like, damn, they ain't gonna say nothing to this damn quiet.
Bitch. But to go back to the curses, you know,
Yeah, yep.
your eye shall be evil towards your brother, man. You know,
That shit.
Which goes back to worshiping idols.
worshiping.
That's why we cursed in the first place, man.
Hey, I love to go in the white neighborhood, point them out and knock them out on their ass, man. Fuck that shit. That's what I love to do, man.
It says, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness.
Start over slide.
It's like verse Wisdom of Solomon 14-25. So that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms, defiling of
Just
souls.
all the wickedness you see out here,
Yeah.
man. The selfishness, not doing good turns, man. These niggas just selfless, man.
Yep.
Even, it's so wicked. I mean, the reference, but all I thought about was these niggas, like it says, no honor among thieves, man. They just do wicked shit to each other for no reason, man. They got, after somebody posted in group me the new thing, where they got the U-Haul truck, they'll come behind you, bump your car, then when you get out, because it's caught you not to accident, they rob you and take your shit. Death. There's quite enough good men. If you're trying to live right, you weird, you bugged out. Even on the carnals level, man, when you in school and shit, and you supposed to be doing right, and you supposed to be smart, you look down upon. You feel bad for being smart.
Yeah.
You feel bad for doing your homework shit. You damn near want to sneak it to the teacher. You don't want anybody to see you got an A on your test and shit.
Yep. That's the vibration.
Right. It's lame
To be a nerd.
to be a nerd.
Right.
So to speak.
Motherfucker.
To be smart, man.
To be smart. It's lame to be smart. It's lame to be able to talk with good vernacular. That's lame. But to sound like a complete dumbass and bass, that make you cool.
Right.
That shit is folly, man. That shit is folly. I used to get shit for that, man, because I know how to formulate full sentences, man.
Yeah, I should start talking bugged out. Like saying talking bugged out. I know what I was supposed to say. I should speak weird. Like I understood the word to use, but that shit get put on you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, let him hit this precept real quick.
This is on Job 10:22. A land of darkness, as darkness.
Start at start at 21.
This is Job 10:21. Before I go, when sing I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any orders, and where the light is as darkness.
There you go, man. The land, even the light is as darkness, man. Where there's no order. Hey, that's because the spirit of hoarders, man. This is the well-favored harlot, man. So look, it's gonna even get to more things that's on the list, man. It gets more bugged out. So you already got adultery running rampant, fucking whoredoms running rampant, murders, deaths. All right, there's quite enough good men.
Forgetful of good turns.
Right.
You do a favor for a nigga.
Right.
That's why
Hey.
Sirach tell you to know who you do good unto, man.
The good example is this, man. It says that the young should behave proudly against the old, right?
Yep.
These motherfuckers, parents to raise their child up, and they child to give them hell all their days. Don't want to take care, don't want to help, don't want to do shit, man. They get older, man. All right, it's just all fucking bugged up. They don't even want to help their parents. That virgin that raised you.
It says defiling of souls, changing
The
of
defiling of souls, man. I mean, that's plain. It just sound fucking. That shit just sound fucked up, man. Your soul defiled, goddammit. Shit. Shang Tsung don't even want it. Go ahead.
It says,
It goes back to, I believe it's Peter, if I'm not mistaken. It might be Titus, where it says, "To the pure, all things pure." And,
the evil suspicion to the unclean, all things, to the defiled, all things defiled.
yeah. And it said even their conscience being defiled. I don't know if I'm mixing scriptures, but yeah, you know, that's that, man.
Yep. They conscience seared. That high iron, man.
That's right.
So they look at everything suspicious. Oh wait, paying Tyson to hell, this hell no, man. Y'all do, nigga. The scriptures do say that though. Like you can't do shit. Like everything is just because this place is so defiled. You just all these look on it.
Right.
So now you just look at everything defiled. So now the truth come. Now the man wrote that, but you just bugged out, man, because your soul is fucking defiled. How's your soul, man?
Defiling of souls.
Your soul is defiled, man.
You got you don't know what they doing with the tights. For the scripture said they can do whatever the fuck they want to do with it.
Right, it's theirs.
Why do I care what they doing with it? I'm giving it to them.
I'm fulfilling my part, man. You know? That shit is bugged out. It says defiling of souls, changing of kind.
Changing of kinds, man. Hey, everything is out of course. Upside down, man.
Yep.
The men are feminine, the women are masculine. So much to the point where now the men are getting their dicks turned to vaginas, and women is walking around with strap-ons talking about you want to suck my dick like the dyke bitch that was talking about, y'all got a whole dick right here. But it's a strap-on.
Yeah.
Changing of kinds, man.
Fucking mad.
Getting surgery to switch. Suppose they don't switch genders because why would you fucking born? But they in their mind, they bugged out mind, which also is part of the foul souls, man, because you know, homosexuality is a mental condition.
Yep.
That's why they a lot of them commit suicide.
Yep.
They fucked up, man. Really crazy, man. All right, but they fucked up, man. They changing genders, man. Go ahead.
Disorder in marriages, adultery. they named it again.
Right, the adultery got named like 3 times.
Yeah. It says, and shameless uncleanness, man.
Right.
And this is right here. This is shameless uncleanness right here, man. All right, and that's the vibration that's being put forth, man. These women, man, and ultimately you people that are bugged out, like the scripture said, man. Your soul is defiled, man. All right, you're spiritually shameless. You're unclean. You're physically shameless and unclean. You know, it's fucking madness. It says,
don't give a fuck about shit. No more, no morals.
No morals.
Yep.
Fuck niggas rap about popping a bitch and then gotta get their homie some. But you know what's bugged out is you fucking this bitch, you wanna give your bitch to another nigga.
Right.
But this bitch is actually doing it.
Right.
That's America, man. That's the vibration in this country, man. Which is spread across the globe. All right, because America's made all the nations drunk with that cup, man.
I got that right here.
Hey, you wanna know what's crazy? I just peeked at these lights right here that's supposed to be shining on this motherfucker.
Yeah. Right there too.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be shining.
Like so they light it up so to make it so you can see it, man.
Yeah.
That shit
Shameless.
crazy, man.
It's fucking shameless, man. They want to promote it to the world, man.
This downtown it has wicked vibration. You know, they got the festival lights. When we walk on State Street, they got those poles with the lights on it. This whole shit is demonic as hell, man. This is planned out to put that vibration of idolaters down there. Like they got that wall down there. All downtown, it's idols all around here, man.
Like
This
is like
entrance
Roman,
right here is some type of
Roman Greek type shit.
Yeah, what?
Tight stuff.
Right, it's like some art type shit.
Yeah.
Minus the hoop, man. It's the entrance, man.
Look like like one of those temples that they were worshiping. You know, like a temple of Zeus.
Entrance like Stonehenge or some shit. That's what it is.
Yep.
Those entrances, man. And that's how Esau get down, man. It's all witchcraft, man. You got to bring something back up?
This is Revelations, chapter 17, and I'm starting verse 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked to me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Say that well-favored harlot we just read about Nahum, man.
It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, and the Nahum it said what, man? It selleth families through her whoredoms and nations through her witchcraft, man.
You went to what that wine is, man. That wine is that doctrine, the philosophies of this place. The democracies, mainly.
It says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having
democracy and money. That money, the hope and riches, man, the biggest idol that got the world drunk, man. The fiat paper currency, man.
Yep, man. Yep.
These motherfuckers was willing to sell everything to get on that paper. That money, that whole system is Esau's biggest witchcraft. One of his biggest witchcrafts, man. His biggest deceits.
It says, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Hey, and why is it scarlet colored, man? Because Esau came out red, man. So that's how you know, hey, who's this talking about? It's talking about the so-called white man.
It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness, and her fornication.
Hey, and what's crazy? Hey, Google the original plans for the Statue of Liberty, man, because they wanted it purple. Read that again.
It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet.
Yep, they wanted the Statue of Liberty painted purple and scarlet. Go ahead.
And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand.
And it was supposed to have a golden cup in the hand. But guess what? Why is it green? Why is it the color as it is now? Because they didn't have the money to do it, man. Go to Google and research it. Apostle Ramla did a video on it like 2-3 years ago, man. So that's how, the man's goings to the Lord, man.
That's right.
Jeremiah 49 said Esau will not be able to hide himself, man. Hey, you exposed. While Nate want to talk about don't expose Esau, it's too late. The cat out the bag, nigga.
Shit, Esau exposed himself.
Right.
Shit.
It says full of
like every villain, he tells on himself. Psalm 64 and 8.
That's
it's
right.
written that way. That's why they have to do it.
That's right.
It says full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Right. And that's that wine, man. That's that bullshit that they spew unto the nations, unto his people. Just like when they offer that chip, man. They gonna offer that chip and make it
look good, man. Make it presentable, man.
Yep.
They're gonna make it. They're gonna come to you. Yes, man. My Egyptian cease already. I got cinnamon going. There's perfume in the air. I got your lane. You know, it smells nice. To get you in a mold for some sexual activities. They're gonna get right in the bill with Esau, man.
Yep.
Commit that fornication.
Yeah, whoever come get the chip within the next 3 days, $1,000 deposit on it, and whoever you reference, an extra $1,000. You know what I'm saying? They gonna, you know Esau, man.
Drake gonna do a song about it
all day.
I got 3 of them, swiping and shit, swiping his foot and shit. Oh, that's raw as fuck, bro. Drake got it, nigga.
Right. That shit gonna light up like a LA gear. Niggas gonna be turning colors and shit, man. It's gonna be all type of folly, man.
Right.
It says, I'll go back to Wisdom of Solomon.
Let's make plans. The Lord says he's gonna cut it short.
Good.
Get ready to eat.
Lord willing, yeah.
This is, Wisdom of Solomon.
Pray for them few days, man. I got
Kind.
no trust in it.
That's right.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's right.
Pray for a few days, like the scriptures say.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. It says, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
There you go, man. That's why all this shit is like, which goes back to the point that vibrations are being pumped through, man. That's that spirits, man.
Yep.
The beginning, the end of all evil, man. So guess what? This idolatry has reached a height, and guess what's coming, man? The end.
Yep.
They taking the Ark of Baal and making it travel across countries, man.
That vibration.
Hey, the Lord is gonna look down from his throne eventually and see all this shit. He gonna send his angels, like it said in Genesis. We going to Sodom to see if the report is true. As if the Lord didn't know, he still sent his angels to go see. So the angels is looking. He got his 2 witnesses rose up, being a witness to him, and it's being made known this place is wicked, man. The angels gonna get that report.
That's right.
We crying out. The angels telling the Lord. So eventually he gonna look and then send that the lion from his thicket.
That's right.
To destroy the Gentiles.
And like the brother said, you know, it's all vibration, right? I'm gonna mention it again. Here it is, the strange woman with her goddamn titties out, with the harp in her hand, man. You know, playing music. But guess what? It goes, hey, like everything is double. Because in the book of Samuel, when Saul, that evil spirit would play Saul, King David would play with the harp, man, and it pushed a vibration that pushed away that evil spirit.
That's right.
You know, but Esau is pushing the vibration which caused the evil, which caused the evil spirit. You know.
This is Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Yep.
For we
The wiles mean trickery. Right? So a lot of it is deceit. You don't even realize you in under it's a snare, man. It's a bird don't know he's caught. Neither do you, man.
That's right.
The wiles of the devil. That's why you need wisdom to keep thee from the strange woman.
That's right.
From you being self-willed, extolling yourself in your own counsel.
Yep.
All right? You need wisdom to keep you from that, man. That's the biggest demon, man. Just fucking following your own mind. That's the biggest form of idolatry, man. And guess what? That's part of Luciferian doctrine. Do as thou wilt. Stubbornness is as idolatry. Hey, the Lord gave the breakdown already.
You your own God.
And rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. And that's what they promote. Nothing but rebellion. This great war of ignorance. Pushing lies and knowledge against the Lord, man. The harlot of the well-favored harlot, the queen of witchcraft, has the word?
The mistress of witchcraft.
The mistress of witchcrafts. Rebellion and stubbornness, man. Do what you want to do.
Yep. Because that Luciferian bullshit tells you are your own God, you know?
And that goes to all things are double. Well, yeah, go ahead.
This is verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. All right, so hey, like the brother said, this is the battle, the great war of ignorance, man. This is what we battle in vibrations, we battle in spirits.
Right.
All right, and hey, and the only way to fucking get the victory is through the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man, and in your integrity in that, man.
Yep.
Your faith in that, man.
Because why the scripture tell you to be constantly with a godly man? Because it carries that vibration.
That's right.
It tells you what? Evil communication corrupt good manners. You look at the word communication, it's conduct. So evil conduct corrupt good manners.
That touches picture. He got to be defiled there with. It's the same thing, man. So you run a godly man, that rubs off on you, man.
Yep.
Be continually with him. It says, observe time without being amongst the indiscreet. Hey, this is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to the pulling down of strongholds.
Hey, this is a stronghold, man. That's right. Which through the spirit of power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is being pulled down, man.
God. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High. That great war of ignorance, man. So we are set on defense of the gospel to come, cast down all that bullshit with the spirit of power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man, with his word.
That's right.
All right, and bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach.
That's right.
We use his word, man, to even put ourselves in subjection, put ourselves in obedience.
Yep.
We prophesy against all this darkness, man. Proving the works of darkness. So you can't, hey, if this the land of dark, man, or even the light itself is darkness, and we to reprove darkness, we gotta come against Esau. That's madness. It's just no matter how you look at it, man, Esau gotta get got, man.
That's right.
He gotta get got, man.
That's right.
You got something to say?
Yeah. It's Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Then I said, Lord power, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. Because we all in this thing as children, man. You know, Yahushua said what? That you cannot come into the kingdom unless you humble yourself as a little child. Now Jeremiah was literal, you know what I'm saying, young, but I'm liking this as our journey in this walk, man. It says, for I am a child, but Yahweh said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith Yahweh. Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. So this is our job, man. Once we come into this thing, man, we come into this thing as little children. Hey, the Lord said, hey, don't say that you a child, man. Go out there and do what the fuck I told you to do, man.
That's right.
So we're going to go out here and preach this word, man.
That's right.
And do what's commanded of us, man. And pull down all this madness out here, man. Be lights to this world, unto our people, man. We a light shining in darkness,
Right.
man.
We that light at the end of the tunnel, like it says in Peter, man. Anything else?
So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostle elders out there in New York, and salutations to the hopefully elect, pushing this word in truth, sincerity, and in deed. With that, shalom.
Shalom.
Bob.
Bob.
Mighty ass.